think we're live. Say hi.
Hi.
So it's a kind of a cool rainy day today, and one of my favorite fall things are apples and pork chops together. If you've never had apples and pork chops together, it is amazing. So I have Hannah and Lily here today, and we are going to make supper. So I thought I'd just invite you guys to join us along with us. So we're going to be making supper. It's already, goodness, it's already 5:40. We're going to have a little bit of a late supper here. But I'm going to do it in my Instapot, so by 6:30 we should be ready to go. So the first thing we're going to do is put a little bit of oil in the Instapot. So Hannah, why don't you come over here? Can you, maybe this isn't going to work. Put a tablespoon of oil in there. Can you see it, Lily?
I can see.
Here, slide you over a little bit there. Okay, can you see, Hannah? All right, so we're just gonna put a tablespoon of oil in the bottom. I have found this helps to keep the Instapot from, the meat from sticking to the bottom of my Instapot. Okay, so it's not a real Instapot. It's made of, it's a wannabe Instapot, but that's okay. So I do this here just to get the bottom coated, just so my meat doesn't stick. The next thing I'm gonna lay down on the bottom of this is the onions. Lily, do you wanna put the onions in?
Can you put the onions in? Oh, okay. Just pour it in.
There we go. I'm just going to spread them out, and that's going to be our base underneath the pork chops. So that was just one small onion. All right, Hannah, why don't you grab the tweezers or the, whatever those things are, and go ahead and lay the pork chops down on top of the onions. You get it? Now there's a little thing underneath there. There you go. And whenever I cook, I always like to make large batches and then I freeze it, because batch cooking, if you're going to cook, you might as well do it in a large batch and freeze it for a night that you don't want to cook, because who wants to cook every night, right? Can you get it?
It's a double.
It's a double whammy. Good job, Hannah. All right, so I have 8 thickly cut pork chops here. Woo, can you grab it?
You got it, Mom.
We got it. That's right. Can you get that one?
Mom,
Team effort.
you see Daddy and he went home.
Daddy's home? Oh, good.
There was this going on.
All right. So we've got 8 big pork chops in there.
Whoa.
Whoa. No, don't touch it, Lily. Okay. So you don't want to pack them in real tight. You want to be able, the air to get around in there so that it can cook them evenly. So the next thing we're going to do is we have 4 cups of apples here. And the recipe I was originally looking at called for 3/4 cup of sugar. And you always want to be careful when you're doing sugar. I try to not add too much sugar to my stuff. And if I do, I'm going to add sugar, which then I tend to go for maple syrup or for honey or for stevia rather than regular. Did you eat one of those apples?
You did.
You did. So actually today I'm going to put a 1/4 cup of honey. Do you want to do that, Hannah? Over my apples.
Put the apples in?
No, go ahead and put this over the apples. Nope, over the apples. These are the apples. There you go. Alrighty. Now that I think about it, I probably should have warmed the honey up so that it would maybe coat the apples a little bit better, but this will be fine. Good job. So we're going to mix together our apples. So we have a 1/4 cup honey. I've got like 5, I think, large apples there. I make up my recipes as I go. Can you tell? And then we've got a teaspoon of cinnamon here. You want to put that in?
Put in the apples.
There we go.
Yeah.
And I have 2 tablespoons of flour. And that's going to make like the gravy a little bit thicker. So that's why we did that. And so Hannah, can you just kind of stir that all up? Try to get the honey all mixed up with the flour, all mixed up with the cinnamon. It might not stir real easy. Do you want me to help?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't stir real easy. But basically, just want to kind of toss the apples. You want to? Oh, well, since you asked so nicely, sure. Go ahead.
It's really hard.
It is really hard. Should Mommy get it?
Yes, you can do it. I'm doing it.
You're doing it. You're doing a real good job. So when you guys cook, do you tend to use stevia and that sort of thing, or do you have you not really thought about the amount of sugar you put in? You know, we talk about baby steps and doing small little things to get closer to on, you know, move up on that health journey, be a healthier you. And that's one easy baby step there, is watching the amount of sugar you eat in a day. Not that you need to measure it or whatever, but when it comes to a recipe like this, you know, why put 3/4 cup sugar in? You don't have to, you know, cut it back and use a healthier sugar. So it's little things like that that you can start changing. Okay, who wants to pour those apples in? Alrighty, oops, should I clean that out there? Alright, so we've got the apples over top of the pork chops.
Daddy's home.
My mouth is watering. I cannot wait for this. And the last thing I'm going to add is a bay leaf. I think this just adds a nice deeper flavor to the cooking. So we're just going to lay a piece of bay leaf, or a bay leaf, on top here. Probably should have put that down in a little bit further. Go ahead and put it on. Well, we just need one. Thank you, Lily. And that's it. That's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have never made an apple pork chop recipe, you've got to try. It is awesome. So, and then also be careful of the amount of sugar you add to things. You know, always choose natural sugar such as honey or real maple syrup, not the fake stuff, the real stuff. And then, or maybe even stevia. So those are some good options, substitutes there. So I hope you guys have a fantastic fall. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.